DBL Nation.
Good morning, DBL Nation.
And welcome to the break room.
Hi.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Tori.
And we're here every day at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, and we like to take a break. We like to talk about the top trending stories and chill out for a minute. This table
is scary.
It's a little wonky. We're going to get through this together.
I would just stop doing that.
Jason says to stop moving it. Good idea. So how's everyone feeling today? How are you feeling today?
Good. How are you feeling? Better?
A little better.
People were very concerned about you.
I had one of those head colds. And
right
I had it all day until
migraine
like 6
or
p.m. No, it wasn't a migraine, thank God. But I couldn't, I tried to nap, I tried to rest, couldn't do any of it. So it was just one of those days.
Not fun.
And it really stinks because I was going to take like a mental health day next week, and now I'm not going to take that anymore because I had to waste a stupid day yesterday. So
colds.
That's life.
Actually, we're going to be talking about myths about colds today on the show.
And there are some good ones. I was very confused in our morning meeting because all of these things I believed my whole life are not true. So stay tuned for that.
It's pretty eye-opening.
It is. It definitely is. And wash your hands.
Yes.
So the top story today, of course, is we're still talking about that controversial viral video from D.C. Today, Nick Sandman, he had an interview with Savannah Guthrie on the Today Show. He says he had every right to stand there, just like Nathan Phillips did, the man who was, chanting and hitting the drum. He says, quote, "My position is that I was not disrespectful to Mr. Phillips. I respect him. I'd like to talk to him. I mean, in hindsight, I wish we could have walked away and avoided the whole thing. But I can't say that I'm sorry for listening to him and standing there." So he's not going to apologize. He's not going to say he's sorry. What do you think about this?
I don't get why he's on the Today Show. Why are we giving a viral video kid that's really nasty some big microphones? Anyway, they are going to have Nathan Phillips on tomorrow.
Yep.
So I kind of get it. But, they took a picture of Savannah Guthrie with this kid, and they put it, and they're smiling together, and they put it on Twitter for, what is it, Today Show?
Yeah, it was for the Today Show, so it was a 9-minute interview.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure why this kid needs a bigger microphone just because he was in a dumb viral video.
I think probably because besides the government shutdown, it's the only thing that's happening right
very
now.
true. You are correct. There's very little else happening. Yeah, you're right.
And I think that's all people want to talk about is race and divisiveness, and I think that with this video we see that, but I think we all need to look a little deeper into the video and make sure you know all the facts.
Yeah, I think the video is more of a microcosm for everything.
Exactly.
Where it's like the MAGA hat meets the Native American.
Yes.
And I think that is what people are talking about. The video, you can take it different angles. There's a lot of misunderstanding going on because there was a lot of different angles. But that video, the optics of that is, I think, what people are visually saying our country has come down to.
And him, and the smile on his face, and he did talk about the smile. We'll be showing that more in the show. He said to him it wasn't a smirk. He didn't think he was smirking. He just thought he was smiling, and he had every right to do so, which he did. You were talking about that on Monday.
I sure did.
He has every right to do that.
He does.
It's a respect thing for me.
Yeah, and do you think he needed to apologize?
I do. I wish he would have apologized just out of respect for Nathan Phillips.
Yeah, at some point, just so you guys know, this kid is what, 15 at most?
16.
All right, so what happened is, this went viral. What did his parents do? They got in touch with a very expensive PR team. It's called, I think, Run Switch PR, and it's a conservative group that represents Mitch McConnell. We have different representatives, Republicans. Not that that's bad, but to think about that, the Trayvon Martin family didn't have money or didn't know to grab a PR firm. So this whole thing that Kelly just read to you was created by a PR firm. So again,
and you can tell when you listen to it, and we will play it on the show. We can't play it here, but we will be playing it on the show, and you can hear it sounds rehearsed. Everything that comes out of his mouth is rehearsed. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. Maybe his parents felt like they were covering their son's butt by doing that. I just don't know what to think about this story, and I don't know how to feel. I don't have a position to take.
Well, how will people feel, this BH Brady, if this kid breaks? How will people feel about that? Here's the thing. He's a kid in a viral video. I don't know why he's getting this big microphone. So I agree. I don't think he has anything to break about. I think he's got a lot of people on his side. I feel bad for the Native Americans. What if they break? What if they felt horrible? So all around, this video got really misconstrued, really blown up. And then Trump inviting them to the White House is like...
And then the death threats. Of course, you shouldn't be...
Yeah, I don't condone any violence. No, of course not. And anyone who does, I don't like.
There's two sides to this story, and there's two sides doing something wrong. So I just...
Why is nobody talking about the black Israelites who are protesting that were saying hateful things to the kids? This is Naomi. They are a fringe group. They are I think a terrorist group, but they are a very angry, mean, fringe. You're absolutely right. They're a hate group. They're 100% a hate group. There was only very few of them, and that's not a big part of them, but you're absolutely right. That started it all, Naomi.
And so Nick does explain that. He explains that the teacher, or guidance counselor, whoever was with them, gave them permission to start chanting school cheers because they were hoping it would drown out their name is
Black Hebrew Israelites.
Hebrew Israelites, exactly. And so he says they were shouting homophobic things at them, using the F word.
Which I heard horrible things being said from them.
You can hear it.
Yes.
You can hear it.
Yes.
And so it seems like it was just a misunderstanding that led to this big thing now. And
like cut videos.
Yeah, and cut videos and edit videos. And I do see where people are coming from saying the media did this, the media did that. Well, that's only the only part of the story we had at that point. Obviously, as more comes out, we present that to you.
Yeah, and then of course I saw the video of a girl walking by,
yes,
and they're all screaming slut,
yep,
and saying you like it if it's pleasurable, it's not
yep,
rape. I mean,
yep,
these are, let's be honest, high school kids are kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Things are said.
Yeah.
This isn't against the law. Is it gross? Am I looking at Covington and saying, wow, where are your ethics? And also, where the hell are your teachers?
Yeah,
because at some point they were
yeah,
waiting for the bus. Apparently what we're hearing, and again, this is alleged, the chaperones went to go get coffee. If your kids are standing at the Lincoln Memorial surrounded by other protest groups wearing MAGA hats,
move them out
you
of there.
don't keep them there and go get
move
coffee.
them out of there.
I'm really upset about the parents. Again,
yeah,
I also think the Today Show, I don't know why he's getting a big microphone. I don't like it. I think it was a viral video, kind of misconstrued. I feel bad for people, but I don't know why he got to be on the Today Show.
And I am interested to hear Nathan Phillips, his side of the story. After hearing this interview today, we'll hear his side tomorrow, and we'll just have to go from there. So we'll keep tracking this story for you, DBL Nation. Keep sending us your comments. We're going to go to the fifth host now.
Yeah,
though.
really quick.
BH
BH Brady says, so this is 16-year-old boy does something to himself. God forbid you don't care. You don't think the media has bullied him? No, I don't. I do think the media, especially on DBL, we made sure to show you this wasn't the whole story. I think this kid was smug. I think he was knew what he was doing. I think he knew he was on camera. He is a 16-year-old, and I think he acted like an immature, disrespectful teenager. And so do I think I bullied him? No. He stood his ground in front of that person and gave a smug smirk, and if he wants to do that on camera, I can respond as such. I do, of course, don't want anything to happen to him, but I don't think we should just gloss over because he's 16. He's there for an anti-abortion march. He's there. That's his right to do so. I can comment on that protest.
Yeah, definitely.
My right to do so.
So keep sending us your comments, please, DBL Nation. We're going to go to kind of not a similar story, but does have to do with students and parents. Fifth host, should schools enforce a dress code for parents? So trending today, I believe it's trending through Daily Mail, but a lot of other news sources, Fox 13, have picked it up in Tennessee. A Tennessee lawmaker is drafting a statewide bill. Now, this is a bill that would introduce a school dress code for parents and visitors. So, and State Representative Antonio Parkinson said his bill is about the message that parents and visitors are sending to children when they attend their schools. He says that some parents are showing up in lingerie. Some parents are showing up smelling like pot, like marijuana.
No, God forbid.
Yeah, some are showing up in low-cut tops.
Risque.
So he wants to develop a statewide bill that would stop parents from wearing these things and make a dress code. But the question is, it seems like it's very targeted to women.
Is this, let me guess, is this lawmaker a man?
He is. Antonio Parkinson is his name.
Got it, that was his name, okay.
He is. He said, quote, "We want to protect our students, we want to protect the staff, and we want to protect the integrity of the institution." He says the decision to enforce the dress code was actually asked for by the parents. Now, this is reportedly asked for by the parents, along with educators and teachers who work at the schools.
Interesting. Well, Karen Felice wrote us a while ago about this, and I love what she said. She says on Facebook, why can't we focus on real issues that impact student learning? What Jane's mother wears to drop her off should be the least of anyone's concern when Jane can't read or write. ... Mercy.
I totally agree, Karen. Yep. I think...
This is what's harming students?
Yeah. What parents are wearing to drop them off?
I feel like guns could be discussed, bullying, children's mental health, arts, recess, playtime, obesity. Yeah. There's a lot of other things we could talk about.
There's a lot of other things. And the pot thing, saying that parents smell like pot, well, if you give them a dress code, that's not going to change. Right? That's not going to change.
Oh, good Lord.
And I do understand it, but what is it your business what a parent wears to drop their kid off for school, right? I mean...
Yeah, so to be honest...
is there
freedom of expression?
Yeah.
You can wear anything you want. In fact, my favorite court case of all time, Tinker v. Des Moines, says kids wore armbands to protest the Vietnam War, and in school they said the constitutional rights don't stop at the school gates. So you have a right to expression. You have a right if it's
even
not
inside your school.
Inside the school. So at some point there are boundaries if it's a different public school or private school. But yeah, at this point it's a little weird. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
We got distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can wear a 3-piece suit and smell like pot. I know a lot of people.
Exactly, right?
I know a lot of people do that.
Yeah, like you could be you could be completely dressed head to toe and still smell like pot. So I don't know what they're going to do about that.
Also, pot is pot.
Sue, did I say pod?
No, I just mean like pot isn't. It's not reefer madness. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the parents' business in my end. And if you're conservative, you probably want less government in your face. So do you really want a school telling you what to wear to pick up your own kid?
No.
That seems like a very Republican thing to not want. So let me know if you guys are conservative, if this kind of rubs you the wrong way.
And then Sue on Facebook, she says, whatever happened to taking pride in your appearance? It's sad that schools need rules so parents look presentable and behave appropriately. Also a good point.
Yeah, but a school isn't monitoring parents. They're monitoring kids.
They're monitoring,
I don't know. Right. This is what Kimberly says. I could see a dress code for parent-teacher conferences.
Totally agree.
Kelly agrees with that. Not that I agree, but for dropping your kid off, I mean, I'm going to be in a bathrobe and maybe pants.
Yeah,
when I drop off a
pants,
kid.
Yeah. I got a lot of stuff to do that.
Are you even getting out of the
Yeah,
that was my question.
That's a good
Alex
question.
makes a good point. Are you even getting out of the car when you're dropping your kids off?
And who's like watching?
And who's watching? That's the question. So they're saying parents complained, teachers and staff complained. But then it goes back to the men versus women thing. What are men wearing that's inappropriate? You know what I mean? Like, are they showing up wearing a Speedo? No.
Right.
Like,
what if a guy showed up in a low-cut V-neck and then I showed up in a low-cut V-neck? Are we not having the same dress code?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
That's a great question.
Seems a little sexist, maybe?
A little sexist. People are taking issue with me saying that the Black Hebrew Israelites were a terrorist group. I probably overstated that. I find them a hate group that is not protected by freedom of speech. Again, I don't know of any terrorist activity, so I do retract that. I apologize. I find their whole stance disgusting and not worthy. But I think they are absolutely at fault, and we should be talking about that more. So I appreciate
100%.
you guys bringing that up.
Back to the fifth host, Lee Chandler Turner on Facebook says, as long as the parent actually shows up, the last thing I'm worried about is their dress code.
Yeah, right. Some kids don't have parents to show up.
Yeah, some kids don't have parents to even drop them off at school. They have a hard time even getting to school. And now we're worried about parents and what they're wearing.
And also, like, I have to go buy new clothes now. I don't know. I think this is really stupid. Now, Kim says, why have a dress code for parents? May as well be a waste of time, says Kyle Baxter. I do feel like this will get mocked mercilessly and not passed. But I could be wrong. So if you are from Tennessee, is this something that an East Coast liberal is saying is crazy? And maybe I'm not understanding.
No, I'm from Tennessee.
Right.
No, it's
That's
ridiculous.
what I thought. I was like, you're Memphis.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't think any lawmaker should be telling a parent what they should be wearing when they drop their kid off at school.
I think that's weird.
I think it's weird.
I think it's weird, too.
I think it's really weird. But keep sending us your comments, DBL Nation. Let's see.
Parents set the bar. Remember that.
That's true.
That's true.
You're not wrong,
right?
But you also shouldn't. It shouldn't be a law.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I also think, what's this guy's name? Alexander Petronius. Antonio Parkinson. I just want to say, from one citizen to another, maybe focus on things that matter a little bit more, because I bet you this isn't at the top of a lot of people's list.
James King on Facebook, on that point, says the school district needs to put its mind and effort on its job, education. They cannot be the fashion police. They are not authorized. They are authorized, not equipped. If so, start with your personnel. Not send an advisory note and leave it at that. Send an advisory note and leave it at that. You will create an unnecessary problem if they pursue this course. I totally agree.
Yeah, what is the big problem here?
Yeah.
Right. That's like when I think of the transgender bathrooms, I'm like, was there a major problem with trans people beating up other people or peeing on them?
Yeah.
No. Even Trump was like, if it's not broke, don't fix it about the trans issue. Kevin Engright, a big note of the dress code. Let parents dress how they want when they drop off their kids. This is a huge waste of time and should not be what schools are focusing on.
That's exactly right.
And then John says, as long as the parents are wearing clothes.
That's true.
And Brady says, remember your mom dropping you off at school in a robe and curlers in the hair?
Yeah, like that was normal.
Totally normal. So I don't get this at all. And I don't understand the reasoning behind it, but...
Does anyone out there in DBL Nation feel like there should be a dress code? Do you think that's fair?
That's a great question.
Let me know. I want to know. I want to hear from you. And I want to hear why, because we like to look at both sides of the story.
Yeah, maybe you do feel like if the kids have a uniform, the parents should. I don't, but if you do, I want to hear from you.
I think it's just so different, parents versus kids. It's just so different.
Yeah, I also think as a parent, I would find that really condescending.
Yeah.
And patronizing, and I might not want to send my kid to
that school. I'd probably go against it. And,
right.
Yeah.
I'd wear, like, coconut bras.
Yeah. I'm here to pick you up.
And I have a different accent for some reason. I'm here to pick you up.
I'm here to pick you up. Here I am.
She's, like, Swedish. I
don't know what's happened. So keep sending us your comments on the fifth host. We'd love to continue talking about that. I have another story that's trending today. And are you ready for this? It's really depressing.
Oh, great. Okay, now I'm ready.
There will be no Sweethearts candy this year because the company went bankrupt.
Are you talking about the little...
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about the conversation hearts. I love you. You complete me with a U.
This is Kelly's, like, favorite thing.
I hate the way they taste, but I love reading them.
They went bankrupt? That's the state of America.
Yeah, so we did actually report on this a while back. So Necco wafers.
Necco. My dad loves Necco.
They went bankrupt.
That's why they taste like crap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spangler Candy Company actually purchased Necco wafers and its other brands like Sweethearts. So the good news is, even though we won't have Sweethearts this year, they'll be back on shelves for Valentine's Day 2020, they say.
So just 2019, no one gets them?
No one gets Sweethearts. Some people are freaking out and like buying them online.
Like eBay and stuff?
Yeah, but you're going to get an old pack from last year. So if you're cool with the chalky stale
taste, they taste exactly the same.
They probably taste exactly the same.
Probably got a pack in there.
Yeah, exactly. Or like Alex says, you have a pack in your pantry still sitting there from last year. So people are really upset about this.
This is like a real metaphor for we ran out of Sweethearts.
Yeah. My question is though, do you like that candy? Do you not like that candy?
No, I don't think anybody does.
I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it.
Really?
I hate the way it tastes, but like I like the way it crunches.
You like the way it feels.
Do you know what I mean?
I
like,
do. My dad will pop the Necco wafers like it's 1951.
So he definitely likes the conversation.
And I'm like, and then he'll take peppermint twists. I'm like, are we at a candy shop
together
from like mid 19th century? I'm all like, candy here. Get your chocolate balls. Like, what are you doing? He's the weirdest guy.
I love it though.
Yeah, I think Necco wafers taste like boredom and chalk.
It tastes like sugary chalk. That's exactly what it tastes like.
Candy Summers wrote us in on Facebook.
Candy,
I love candy.
do you like this candy?
Good one.
Yeah.
I pick my granddaughter up every day, and the parents smell like weed so bad that it makes the halls smell like weed. Teachers don't even dress professionally anymore.
Wait, is this weed really such a big problem? Are parents really smelling so much like weed when they drop their kids off?
What's wrong with smelling weed? Is it bad for the kids?
I mean, it's illegal in a lot of states.
I'm trying to be
it's a bit different because it's legal and it's legal for
and in LA as well. Yeah. I think in so things are becoming. But you know, would it be worse if they smelled like alcohol?
Yes, it would be worse. But some people don't feel that way. Some people feel like if the parent smells like pot and they're dropping their kids off and driving, I mean, that's not a good thing. So.
True.
Oh man,
I
can't believe that candy.
The schools are turning into a weed
I thought he was just like saying that as part of his thing to get the bill passed. I didn't know parents were really showing up smelling like pot.
Well, you know what? To me, and I will get so much flack for this, it's a natural, anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, wonderful medicine that the people from the ground is better than an OxyContin. So there. I gotta get in trouble.
Tori, on why parents can smell like pot.
I just think people in the pot thing. Pot is pot.
Pot is pot. Back to the Sweethearts. The parents.
Oh, Stacy has one right in front of her. Stacy, what does your sweetheart say?
Yes, what does it say?
We'd love to know that.
Tell us.
Got it from Walmart.
And where did you get them? Oh, you got them from Walmart this year? But are they the actual Sweethearts or are they like the sweet tarts with the conversation on it?
Oh.
You know, there's a difference. They have to be those little chalky hearts.
Can I be honest?
And if you're seeing them at Walmart, you're getting old ones.
Yeah, it's true.
You're getting last year's batch.
Sometimes the sayings don't make a lot of sense.
And that's why I love it.
Pass it to me. What does that mean? Right around the corner.
That's why I love it.
I feel like they're being made somewhere where maybe English isn't like, it's always like a little off.
And it is important to note that last year they were the most popular Valentine's candy. 8 billion are made annually. So that just tells you how much Sweethearts are made and how much people like them.
Oh my gosh.
I thought she was going to go like, Necco my gecko, or like, you were
Necco my gecko.
I don't know.
What other things do you guys eat during Valentine's Day? I'm just a chocolate. I mean, I just go chocolate heavy.
Ooh, or like chocolate covered strawberries.
Yeah.
I'm
Does
really
anyone find that chocolate covered strawberries are so messy on both parts, the hand and the mouth.
No.
And then the clothes.
No,
I'm not finding a good way to eat these.
Here's why. You got to get the smaller strawberries. If you get the big strawberries, you can't eat it all
There's
in one
a
bite,
splash
and then
guard.
it goes everywhere,
That's
and then it's like all over your clothes.
That's it.
You got to get that small strawberry and eat it all in one bite.
And are you taking the tiny little stem?
Yes.
You're holding that part.
I make really good chocolate-covered strawberries. I'm just
Kelly makes really good everything. I ate, Kelly gave me for Christmas a bag of, what do you call them? I don't know. It was like the sugar-covered.
Oh, puppy chow.
Puppy
or
chow.
Muddy Buddies.
Right? So late at night, I get up, and I'm telling Brooks I'm losing weight, and I can't see, and I don't have my eyes in. So I reach in and I grab it, and I just take like handfuls, and then I'm like quietly go back to bed, and Brooks wakes up and he goes, Tori, a little tiny mouse was here and stole just some of Kelly's puppy chow and then left it. I wonder if you know who that mouse was.
And then there's like powdered sugar
everywhere.
Because I went a little powdered sugar heavy this year.
I was like,
it was too powdered sugary this year, so I'm sorry about that.
This is amazing. So Stacy just took a pic of her sweetheart and put it on the Facebook group page. Raphael Karsama V, good to know about getting the small chocolate strawberries. So people do have a problem with that.
Yes, they are hard to eat, but if you get the smaller ones, you can just take it in one bite. And if you don't, if you want to make them yourself, it's so easy. Buy the strawberries, buy the chocolate, you heat up the chocolate.
But see, that's the problem.
Put it on the parchment paper. I mean, it takes
You just said 3 things I can't do.
Yes, you can.
Paper? What am I, a papyrus scroll?
Here we go. You go to the store. I'm at the store. Ooh, let me grab the parchment
I'm already doing too much. Okay.
Grabbing the parchment paper, putting it in the car.
Where am I? At what store is parchment paper?
Safeway or any
you don't have to be sassy.
No, any grocery store. Okay. So then you grab the strawberries. Make sure you get those small ones. Then you get the chocolate that's in this little cup, and it's by the strawberries. So don't go to like the chocolate aisle. Get it in the fruit aisle, and then you just heat it up.
You temper it. I think they call it tempering.
Yeah, but you can do this one, and you can do it in the microwave. You don't even have to do it on a stove. So you just put it in the microwave. You mix it up.
Dip.
Parchment. Set it on the parchment paper. There you go. You're welcome. You can thank me later when you're making your significant other or yourself delicious chocolate covered strawberries. And now we're going to go to a heart clip. We'll see you tomorrow.
I remember laying in the bathtub trying to wash my body as hard as I could because I felt so gross. My skin was crawling and I couldn't escape my mind of what I'd done or where I'd been. And I wanted to die. My dad, growing up, he was a drug addict. They would lock us out of the house for like hours, him and his wife, while they would be inside getting high. But I just knew I wanted to do something different. I bought a plane ticket to Washington, D.C., and at the end of the week, I was in D.C. I was going to do all these great things, but I had nothing lined up, and there was no way I was expected to be able to accomplish those goals. And I got a room in a group house, and I remember the woman across the street, she had said, why don't you come with me to the bars? We'll go get some drinks. I'm like, I'm not 21. She's like, it's okay. And we'd go, and I started drinking with her. And not long after, she suggested that because I had no money anyway, and I was having a hard time paying my bills, that I work as an escort. I was 20 years old. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. You know, because I'd been promiscuous as a teenager, it didn't seem like a huge leap, but it takes choice out of the matter. The DC madam who I ended up working for, she totally made it sound like I'd go to some nice places. I was in grimy hotels, I was in nice houses, not nice houses, but more importantly, I can tell you, these men didn't care about me. They only cared about getting their need met. Emotionally, it was hard. And that is when my alcoholism and my drug use really took off. Because I was trying to cope with the pain I was in as a result of selling my body to men for money. I didn't have other options at the time. I was merely surviving. I didn't want to be touched, and I really didn't want to be looked at. I wanted to meld into the wall so no one could see me. I started looking at the ceiling to see how I could hang myself. And I remember being in the corner of my room just rocking back and forth thinking, this is it. And someone called and they were like, let's go get a coffee. I think that person was God's intervention. I'm not a super religious person, but I can tell you that I know when God moments happen, and that was definitely one of them. I don't think I've seen that person in 16 years. They called at the right time, at the right moment. It's like I'm killing myself slowly or quickly, you know, and I just needed someone to help me get out of it. And what I was looking for, I found in a 12-step recovery program that I entered on December 3rd, 2001. I had just turned 21. 12-step recovery has been the most impactful decision of my entire life. Some really healthy men and some healthy women told me my life could be different. I entered college in early sobriety. Early sobriety was hell, but I had something greater than me pushing me that way. I got my bachelor's in political science, and then a friend of mine helped me get a job on Capitol Hill in Senator Harry Reid's office. It put me on the path to being able to do something successfully. I was managing $3.4 million budgets. I got promotion from Senator Reid's office to Senator Ben Nelson's office. I was constantly terrified that someone was going to find out about my past and that I'd be blackballed. Every time I was called into a meeting, I just was expecting someone to say, well, we know you used to work in sex work. I spent a lot of time consumed with this fear. I kept it hidden for about 14 years. And then I decided that maybe it was time to stop hiding. Maybe if I shared about my story and my experiences, I could help other women prevent them from going down the same path. And that's when I started the journey to Her Resiliency Center. Not everybody needs a 12-step recovery program, but we all need to learn how to live. We all need to learn how to be able to advocate for ourselves, how to keep our side of the street clean. We need to know how to, just live day to day. And that's what I got in the 12-step program. And that's what we give at Her Resiliency Center. We go out into the community and meet the young women we serve, who we call peers, because we're all on a peer level. And then we start goal planning. Like, do you need housing? Do you need a job? Do you need food stamps? Do you have health care? Things like this that we can start helping build stability in their lives. I started in May 2015 and we opened in February 2016. So in that amount of time, I was able to raise $35,000. In 2016, I wanted to serve 25 women. I would be happy if we served 25. We served 52. In 2017, we served about 150 women. And in 2018, we're on track to serve closer to 400. I never could have imagined that I would be able to use my experiences to help other people. I never would have imagined that I'd been able to use my past to help other women.